Kick-ass facts, lesser known natural disasters. Pew, 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 pew! A limnic eruption, also called a lake overturn, exploding lake, or death fog, is a very rare type of natural disaster in which dissolved carbon dioxide suddenly erupts from deep lake waters, forming a gas cloud capable of suffocating wildlife, livestock, and humans. A limnic eruption may also cause a tsunami as the rising CO2 displaces water. Scientists believe earthquakes, volcanic activity, and other explosive events can serve as triggers for limnic eruptions. In recent history, this has been observed twice, both times in Cameroon, but in different lakes. The first occurred in 1984, causing asphyxiation and death of 37 people living nearby. The second, deadlier eruption happened in 1986, releasing over 80 million cubic meters of CO2, killing around 1,700 people and 3,000 livestock. In 1908, residents in a remote part of Russia reported loud bangs, flaming skies, and a shockwave that knocked them off their feet. This came to be known as the Tunguska event. Decades of scientific research has led to the conclusion that it was caused by a so-called cosmic airburst. This happens when a comet or meteorite explodes high in the Earth's atmosphere instead of striking the surface. Airbursts create immense heat, release shock waves, and shower micrometeorites onto the ground. The blast leveled about 2,000 square miles of pine forest. There is still some debate about whether it was a comet or a meteorite. Solar flares occur when pent-up magnetic energy in the sun's surface is unleashed in blasts of radiation and charged particles. The resulting explosions are equivalent to the force of millions of hydrogen bombs, and the solar winds they create wreak havoc on the Earth's atmosphere. In late August and early September of 1859, the planet was bombarded by the largest solar storm on record, the so-called Carrington event. It made the skies glow with shimmering multicolored auroras as far as Hawaii. The geomagnetic disturbances that came with it brought down telegraph systems around the globe. Sparks shot out from some telegraph machines, starting fires and giving their operators painful jolts. The atmosphere was so charged with electricity in some places that technicians could disconnect their telegraph batteries and still transmit messages. The solar storm of 1859 passed after only a few days, but scientists predict that if a similar event occurred today, it could send telecommunications into a tailspin and cause trillions of dollars in damage. On the Great Plains in the summer of 1874, a dry spring created the perfect conditions for Rocky Mountain locusts to lay their eggs. Trillions of them hatched and laid siege to Nebraska, Kansas, the Dakotas, Iowa, and several other states. Witnesses said the locusts arrived in roaring clouds so thick they blocked out the sun for several hours. Upon landing, they gobbled up entire fields of crops. It became known as the Year of the Locust. In 536 AD, a cloud of grit and dust suddenly descended over much of the globe, dimming the sun and causing unusually cold temperatures for several years. The long winter that followed brought on drought, crop failures, and famine globally. Some scholars speculate that it also played a role in triggering the first known outbreak of the bubonic plague in Europe. Despite its widespread effects, scientists are still not entirely sure what caused the global cooling.